Scream 6 worked well without Neve Campbell, and had she returned as Sidney Prescott, the film would have been quite different. Campbell has been the face of the Scream franchise since 1996, which made her absence harder than Dewey Riley's death in Scream 5. Luckily, the main characters, Sam and Tara Carpenter, could carry on Campbell's legacy as the new final girls. With the same courage and badassery as Sidney, Scream 6 didn't feel like it was missing anything. Bringing back Kirby Reed, who last appeared in Scream 4 and was never confirmed dead or alive, also helped fill the hole Sidney's absence left. And today, I will be looking into what Scream 6 would have looked like if Sidney was cast in the NYC sequel. But before we get into the nitty-gritty about Sidney being in Scream 6, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to Firthy's Feedback. So, lucky for Scream fans, Campbell hasn't completely shut the door on the franchise. With the success of Scream 6, a seventh film is likely, which raises the possibility of Sidney's return. Campbell decided to leave the franchise due to pay disputes with Paramount, not because she doesn't love her character, castmates, or the franchise. If she and the production company can come to an agreement, Campbell would likely be open to returning in Scream 7. While the Scream 6 cast did an impressive job carrying on without Sidney, the story would have been drastically different if Campbell had signed on to shoot Scream 6. Here is my top 6 ways Scream 6 would have been different if Sidney was cast. Ghostface's motive would have been linked to Sidney. In Scream 6, the three Ghostfaces, Detective Bailey, Quinn Bailey, and Ethan Landry, are after Sam and Tara Carpenter as revenge for them killing Richie Kirsch, Detective Bailey's son. If Sidney had returned for the sixth film, she would have had to be a part of the motive. In Scream 5, one of the killers, Amber Freeman, mentions that she had to lure Sidney back to Woodsboro because the film couldn't go on without her. Amber used Halloween as an example, saying the film wouldn't work without Jamie Lee Curtis. Clearly, Scream 6 proved Amber wrong, but if Sidney was in Scream 6, the Ghostfaces might have said something similar. Or they may have had a motive that included Sidney. Maybe they would have blamed her for Richie's death too, since she was helping Sam and Tara take him and Amber down. Kirby might not have made an appearance. Ghostface stabbed Kirby in Scream 4, and the ending never confirmed if she survived the attack. Scream 5 confirmed she was alive, solidifying her as a final girl and allowing Kirby's return for Scream 6. However, if Campbell had signed on to the movie, Kirby's emergence might not have been necessary. It's known that there was a script ready when Campbell turned down the film, meaning a part for Sidney had already been written. Many believe that when Campbell decided not to appear in Scream 6, her role was rewritten for Hayden Panettiere's character. If this is true, Kirby wouldn't have been in Scream 6 if Sidney had returned. Gale's storyline might have been different. Nothing can keep Gale Weathers away when Ghostface shows up and starts killing people. No matter how disrespectful it is to the victims, she must get her news story and content for her next book. Her role might have been different if Sidney had been in Scream 6. Gale worked with Kirby, Sam, Tara and their friends to catch Ghostface and even had her own encounter, including her first ever Ghostface phone call. If Sidney had been around, Gale would have worked closely with her to solve the mystery, as she and Sidney have been through so much together. She may not have gotten a phone call either because Ghostface might have called to threaten Sidney instead. It's also possible Gale wouldn't have been in the apartment with just her boyfriend, as Sidney could have been staying with her too. This tremendously changes the scene where Ghostface attacks Gale and kills her boyfriend. Ghostface would have had to fight off the two of them, and Sidney might have been the one to get seriously injured. A main character might have died. Scream 6 shocked audiences by not killing off a main or legacy character as they did in Scream 5. While this was a good way to go against fan expectations, it might not have been the case if Sidney had been around. As the face of the franchise, filmmakers had to work hard to make up for Campbell's absence. They did this by bringing back Kirby and creating the core four: Sam, Tara, and the brother-sister duo Chad and Mindy Meeks Martin. The film had to get fans on their side so they would resonate with the new characters instead of Sidney. Killing them off would have broken the bond they form with these characters. However, if Sidney had been there, this wouldn't have been necessary and it would have been fair game, meaning Ghostface could have killed off any of them. Jason and Greg would need a connection to Sidney. Scream 6 was the first time a Ghostface revealed himself in the iconic opening scene. After killing his film professor, Ghostface took off his mask, revealing himself as Jason Carvey. His motive was also to finish Richie's movie with his friend Greg. However, like Ghostface, if Sidney was in Scream 6, Jason and Greg would need a link to the legacy character. If Detective Bailey saw Jason and Greg as a threat to his plan, they were likely going after Sam and Tara next. If Sidney were in the film, they would have needed a reason to kill her too. Sidney would have a deep connection to the Ghostface shrine. One of the biggest things that set the Scream 6 Ghostface trio apart from past Ghostfaces was the shrine they built, including past evidence and memorabilia from all the Ghostfaces that came before them. Sam felt connected to the shrine because her father was Billy Loomis, the original Scream Ghostface killer. Kirby also connected to it because she was a victim back in 2011. Gail was present for all the killings, so she was also linked to the shrine. However, Sidney would have the strongest relationship of all. She was the first ever Ghostface victim who survived, and Billy's motive was personal, since it was related to her mother's affair with his father, and Billy also admitted to killing Sidney's mother. Ghostface has emotionally and mentally scarred Sidney, and every time he's back, she has to go through the traumatizing experience all over again. If she were in Scream 6, she'd likely be deeply triggered by the shrine, which would have added complexity to the storyline. Scream 6 could have explored how Ghostface continues to haunt her all these years later, and how she copes with that. What do you guys think of this list? How do you think Scream 6 would have played out with Sidney in it? Let me know below.